Hey guys, welcome to Learn Kiwi and Allah channel. In this video, we will try to understand elections and votes based model from the topic percentage. Let me explain the concept, then we'll discuss 10 questions on this, which will give more practice for you. What is the concept of elections and votes based model? Generally, in a question, you might have two contestants or three contestants, right? There are two persons may be contesting election or three persons may be contesting an election. Let us try to understand by taking two persons. So let's say, friends, there are two persons, A and B. If I say that A got 5,000 votes more than B. A got 5,000 votes more than B. That means what? A received some number of votes and B also received some number of votes. When we compare, A received 5,000 votes more than B. So can I say A won the election? Of course. So A won the election. And he won the election by how many votes more? He got 5,000 votes more, right? So this 5,000 votes we will call here as majority. So friends, majority means it is the difference between winner votes and loser votes. For example, if I take one more such numerical, A received 15,000 votes and B received 18,000 votes. Let us take one more numerical. So who is the winner now? Of course, B is winner. And he won by how many votes extra? 3,000 votes. We can say the majority of B is 3,000 votes, right? So whoever is the winner, he'll get majority. That majority is nothing but difference between winner votes and loser votes. So this is the first term you must be very familiar. That is majority. Simply, it is the difference between winner votes and loser votes. Now, what is our approach to solve the question? Generally, there might be some total number of voters in the constituency. Let's say the total number of votes, total voters, we will generally consider it as 100% friends. So out of this 100%, sometimes some may not be able to vote. So they will say 10% of the voters did not cast their vote. For example, if 10% did not cast their vote, they didn't participate in election. So what percent of the voters participated in election? 90% of them participated, right? And sometimes out of the all polled votes, some of them may be invalid. They might do some mistakes while voting the vote, right? So let's say 20% of these votes are invalid. I'm taking some random example, friends. If I say 20% of votes are invalid, if I say 20% of the votes are invalid, so on what number you should take 20%? On the number of votes polled, right? So 90% are polled. In this 20% are invalid, friends. So 10% is 9, 20% is 18. So if 18 is invalid, then 72% are valid. Then 72% are valid. Now from this 72%, winner and loser will get the votes. Winner and loser will get the votes. So let me discuss this in detail by taking one or two numericals, then I'll go for solving questions. Let us take the total votes in the constituency is 100%. So this is the total votes. Now let's say some random number, 10% of the voters did not cast their votes. Did not cast their votes. That means what percent of the voters cast their vote? 90% of them are able to participate in election. If I say that 10% of these votes are invalid, 10% of the votes are invalid. So friends, 10% of 90 is 9. If 9% are invalid from 90%, what percent of the votes are valid? So 81% of the votes are valid, friends. Now from this 81%, winner will receive some percentage of votes, loser will get some other percentage of votes. For example, if I say that winner got 56% of the votes, 56% of valid votes. Only two participants are there. Let's take it as A and B. So only two participants are there, guys. Now, if 56% of the valid votes comes in favor of A, so how much percent of the votes, guys? 56% of valid votes. So 56% of 81% of the valid votes A will get. So this 81% is what, friends? This is valid votes. Among these valid votes, winner got 56%, that is A. What about B? From this 81%, if 56% comes in favor of A, what percent comes in favor of B? Remaining 44%, right? So forget about this 81. Forget about this 81. Here 56% comes in favor of A. So 44% of the valid votes, 44% of 81% comes in favor of. Now who is the winner, friends? A is winner, B is loser. Now what is the majority? Can somebody tell the majority? So the majority is the difference between winner votes and loser votes, right? So that is what, if we take the difference of these two, what is that? 56% of 81. 81% here, friends, I mean to say. So 44% of 81. So if I take the 81% by 100 common, 81% by 100 common, 56 minus 44, that is 12%. So the majority of A is 12% of the valid votes. As this is a concept we are trying to explain in step-by-step process. But while solving the questions, you must be in a position to write orally. How do you write orally? Let us think of this. So nothing to worry about all this data. This is the data for our understanding, friends. Now, how do you write an exam? If 100% votes are there, 10% are not voting the votes, so 90% are casting the votes. 10% of 90 are invalid, so 9% is invalid from 90. So 81% are valid. Now here, winner got 56%, so loser has to get the remaining of 44%. Friends, what is the majority for winner? 56 minus 44, so 12% of the valid votes are majority. So the majority is what, friends? The majority is 12% of the valid votes. So 12% of the valid votes are how much? 81% of total. So 81% of total. So this is the right approach to solve the questions based on elections and votes model. Now let us try to go for numericals where you can understand in better perspective, right? So these are the terminology that you can typically see in any kind of entrance exam, right? Let's see first question, guys. So now 3 candidates contest in an election and received 1,136, 7,636 and 11,628 votes respectively. If these 3 persons were the only candidates contesting the election, what percent of the total valid votes did the winning candidate receive? So let us try to find out what are the total votes polled in favor of the 3 persons. So if we get the sum of all, we'll get that right. So what is sum of the votes, friends? Let us take the unit digit sum. 6 plus 6, 12. 12 plus 8, 20. 2 carry, place 0 here. Now tens place. 3 plus 3, 6. 6 plus 2, 8. 8 plus 2, 10. Now hundreds place. 1 plus 6, 7. 7 plus 6, 13. 13 plus 1, 14. Again 1 carry, 4 here. Now thousands place. 1 plus 7, 8. 8 plus 11, 19 plus 1, 20. So the total votes polled are 20,400 votes. Now out of this 20,400 votes, who is the winner? The one who got more votes. So out of the 3 given persons, the winner is the one who got 11,628 votes. Now he is asking 11,628 is what percent of 20,400? Because he is talking about the winner got what percentage of the total. Simply, we discussed in the very first lecture of percentages. How do we express A as percent of B? So we can express this as A by B into 100. Now he want to express the winner votes out of the total valid votes. So the total votes are 20,400. Out of this, the winner got 11,628. Friends, to convert into percentage, you need to multiply with 100, right? So 2 zeros gets cancelled. Now 11,628 by 204. Now somebody might worry about calculations. Let us have a small trick here. So here unit digit is 4 for the denominator and numerator unit digit is 8. Now friends, for 4 table, With what number you need to multiply 4 to get unit digit as 7? Either with 2 or with 7. So 11,628 by 204 will give the unit digit as either 2 or 7. But unfortunately, we don't have any number ending with 2. So only ending with 7 is correct answer. So that is 57% makes sense. Right? So generally tricks doesn't mean that shortcuts, guys. This is a close observation. Observation with the numbers. That's all trick in my perspective. Right? So let's go for next numerical. In an election between two candidates, a person who got 70% of votes won by a majority of 40,000 votes. Find the total number of votes polled. Friends, let us consider the total votes polled as 100%. And here there is no discussion about not polling and invalid votes, which means that all persons participated and all votes are valid. So here 100% valid votes are there. 100% votes are there. In that 70% is the one who got majority, which means what, friends? The winner is the one who got 70% votes. Then by default, the other person, the loser, has to get the remaining 30% votes. Now we know that the majority in terms of numerical is 40,000 votes, but what is the majority in terms of percentage? Winner got 70, loser got 30. The difference is majority as per our understanding. So the difference is 40%. So 40% is majority, and that majority is given as how much, friends? Here 40,000. So if 40% of votes is 40,000, the total votes polled are 100%, right? So then 100% is what? So this is 1,000 times. This should be 1,000 times. So the total votes polled are 1 lakh votes. So option C makes sense. Or if you're not aware of this, you can just do the cross multiplication. So 100 into 40,000 by 40 will still give the same answer. So simply the summary from this discussion, from this question is majority means difference between winner votes and loser votes, as simple as that. Let's move on to the next question. Let's see. In an election between two contestants, 6% of the voters did not cast their votes. The winning candidate secured 48% of votes and won by 3,000 votes. How many voters were there in the constituency? Friends, it is very important to understand the question framing. Here, this line is very important. The winning candidate secured 48% of the votes. He didn't mention 48% of valid votes or not. So such kind of information is not there, right? So if the total 100% of votes are there in that constituency, on that votes he is telling the winner got 48%. That sequence of understanding with the statements is very important, friends. So here the total votes are 100%, in which the number of votes, the percentage of votes did not cast their votes is 6%. So 6% they didn't participate in the election. And the winner got 48% of the voters in the list. So the voters are 100%, in which 48% is 48 only. And the remaining by default has to get for the loser. So 6 plus 48, 54% is done. The remaining 46% of the votes comes in favor of loser. So this is winner, this is loser now. So the word, remaining word, or winner got 48% of valid votes. Such statements are very important here. Please be careful. Now, so friends, here we understand that the winner got 48% and the loser got 46%. And what is the majority? Winner got what percent more than the loser? 2%, right? And the 2% in the context in the question is given as 3,000 votes. So if 2% is 3,000 votes, then, sorry, this is 3,000, right? 3,000 votes. Total, how many voters are there in the constituency? So we have considered the total as 100%, right? So 100% is what? So this is 50 times, and this should be 50 times. So 50 times 3,000 is 1,50,000 voters are there in the constituency. So option B makes. So my observation, my suggestion is, please be keen with the word. Please be careful with the context, right? Okay. you can better understand what I mean to say in the next question. Let us go for the next question. Let's see this. Here I can clarify all your doubts. In an election between two contestants, 10% of the voters did not cast their votes. Among the polled votes, whoever voted, 10% of the votes are invalid. And the winning candidate secured 60% of the valid votes and won by 16,200 votes. How many voters were there in the constituency? Friends, let us consider the total votes as 100%. The total votes as 100%. Now from this, what percent of the voters did not participate, not cast their votes? 10%. So here, 10%, they didn't cast their votes. That means what? Remaining 90%, they casted their votes, right? From this 90%, there are some invalid votes as well. So what percent of the votes are invalid here, guys? 10% of the votes are invalid. So from this 90%, if 10% is invalid, you are not supposed to subtract 10. Please be careful. 10% of the valid votes are invalid. 10% of, sorry, I'm extremely sorry to say this, 10% of the polled votes are invalid, guys. Remain, please careful with the wording. So 10% of the polled votes are invalid. What is 10% of 90? 9. If 9 is invalid, 81% of the votes are valid, right? Now, let us understand the next statement. What is the next statement, guys? He says that the winner got 60% vote. So from this valid votes, please be careful. He said about the valid votes. So from this 81%, the winner got 60% of the votes. By default, the loser has to get 40%. And the winner is getting 16,200 votes majority. He got 16,200 votes more than the loser. So winner is 60%, loser is 40%, difference is 20%, right? So 20% of the valid votes is a majority. So what is the majority here? The difference between winner and loser votes. So winner got 60% of 81. I think that I discussed at the beginning of this discussion. So 60% of 81 is winner and 40% of 81 is loser. If I take 81 by 100 common from the both expressions, when I do minus, 60% minus 40% is 20%, right? And that's what I'm trying to write here. So 20% of the valid votes is the majority. So 0 gets cancelled. 81 to the 162 by 10. 16.2% is majority, guys. 16.2% of the total votes is majority, and that majority is 16,200 votes. Friends, 16.2% is 16,200. Then what is the question? How many voters are there in the constituency? So the total voters are 100%, right? So 100% is what? Friends, this is 1,000 times. So this should be 1,000 times. So 100 into 1,000 is 1 lakh voters are there in the constituency. So option A makes sense. So my observation, my suggestion is try to read the question carefully. On what words he is talking about valid or invalid, or on what words the winner is getting, whether the winner is getting on valid words or the total words, like the previous question, this question. So please be careful with the reading part. Let us continue with 3 more questions. Yeah. In an election between two candidates, one candidate got 55% of the total valid votes. Out of the total votes cast, 20% were invalid. If the total votes cast were 15,000, what is the valid votes that the other candidate got? So guys, there is small option mistake. This should be 5,000. Okay. So we know that the total votes cast are 15,000, right? But in that, what percent of votes are invalid? He says 20% votes are invalid. So these are the total polled votes, guys, in which 20% are invalid. What is 20% of 15,000? 10% is 1,500. 20% is 2 times 3,000. So if 3,000 votes are invalid, what votes are valid, guys? 12,000 votes are valid. Now from this 12,000, from this valid votes, from this 12,000 valid votes, winner got what? The candidate who got 55% of the total votes is the winner. So here, one of the person, the winner is getting 55%, then by default, the loser has to get the remaining 45% so that the total becomes always 100. Please keep in mind that always it should be 100%. Winner is 55%, loser is 45%. What is the question? What is the number of valid votes the other candidate received? Means the one who got 45% votes is what? What is 45% of 12,000 is question, right? So guys, 10% of 12,000 is 1200. 40% is 4 times of 4,800. If 40% is 4,800, we need to have another 5%, right? If 10% is 1,200, 5% is half of that, 600. So 45% is 5,400. So that means the other candidate, the one who got 45% of the votes, got 5,400 votes, and that is option C. Hope it is clear. Simple question. Let's move on to the next question. Yeah. In an election among ABC, out of the total 600 votes cast, A received 30%, B received 360 votes, and C received the rest of the votes. What was the percentage of the votes that winner got in comparison to his closest rival? Friends, there are 3 candidates ABC. The total votes polled are 600 among ABC, in which B received the count 360 votes and A received 30% of 600. 10% is 60, 30%, 3 times 60, 180. So 360 plus 180, 540 is done. The balance 60 got for the person C. Now who is the winner here? B is the winner and 180 is his closest rival. 180, the one who got 180 votes is the closest rival. What is the question? What percent of the votes that winner got in comparison to his closest rival? So 360 is the votes for the winner, and this is, if you take some X percent of the votes, X percent of the winner votes is how much, guys? Or simply you can say by observation. So B got double of A, right? B got 2 times of A. Let us forget about this. This is something lengthy. You can make by observation. So B got double than A. So B got 100% more than A, right? So guys, if it is double, which means 100% increment. If it is triple, then 200% increase. If it is 5 times, then 400% increase. So these are some closest observations that we did in the first video of percentages. So we got B got 100% more than his closest rival, which got double. Double means 100%. So which is option B. Now, next question, friends. Yeah. In an election between 2 persons A and B, A got 60% of, see this line, total valid votes. This line is very important. Out of the total 5 lakh votes cast, 15% were declared as invalid. What is the number of votes received by B? Now, as we did so many questions, I am going to write a single expression for the votes received by B. Let us try to understand. Friends, the total votes polled are 5 lakh, in which if 15% votes are invalid, then what percent of the votes are valid? 85%, right? We discussed in the previous video successive multiplying factors. And the beauty of this concept is very well explained in our previous video, successive percentage increments or decrements, with almost 25 minutes with nearly 10 questions. We discussed in various methods. We suggest you to watch even that method to understand what is this process. If 15% of the votes are invalid, 5% of the votes are valid. Now from this valid votes, A got 60%, means B got remaining 40%, right? So B got remaining 40%. That's all. So 22s up, 25s up. So 100 into 500 cancel. So 85 2s are 170, 170 into 1000. So that is 1,70,000 votes comes in favor of B. So the beauty of the percentages is this, guys. Only if you can understand the concept and couple of questions, then later on you can literally play with the questions. You can start enjoying the learning questions, right? Next question. Let's see this. In an election, 2 candidates participated. 10% did not vote 300 votes were declared as invalid, and the winner got 60% of the voting list and wins by 900 votes. Find the number of valid votes. Let us consider the total polled votes are 100%, guys. These are the polled votes. Sorry, these are the total votes present. These are the total votes present in the list. Let us consider 100% is the total voters, I can say. Better to use this word. But in this, 10% did not cast. So if 10% did not cast the votes, did not vote the votes, then 90% voted. But out of this 90%, 300 votes are invalid, right? Generally, percentage of the voted votes will give as invalid. But here numerically is given, nothing to worry. So from this 90% voted votes, 300 votes are invalid. Just subtract it. So now this 90% minus 300 will represent the valid votes. Now next line, and the winner got 60% of the voting list. What is the voting list here, friends? What is the voting list here? Friends, the winner got 60% of the voting list, right? What do you mean by voting list? The number of valid votes. So here voting list means the valid vote, friends. So now from this 90% minus 300, winner got 60%. That means loser got 40%. This is winner and this is loser. What do you mean by majority? The majority is the difference between winner votes and loser votes, which is given as 900. So what is the difference in terms of percentage? 60 minus 40, 20% is majority, friends. Now 20% is a majority. 20% of what? 20% of valid votes is majority. So 20% means 1/5, right? So 1/5 of the valid votes is majority, which majority is given as 900 votes. But we don't need to find out the total votes. We need to find out the valid votes. So what do you mean by valid votes? This 90% minus 300 is valid votes. Now simply send this 5 to the right side. So 900 into 5. So 4,500 votes are the valid votes, and that is option C. Let us see one more such fantastic question, guys. In an election between two candidates, 75% of the voters cast their votes, out of which 2% of the voters were declared invalid. A candidate got 9,261 votes, which were 75% of the total valid votes. Find the number of votes. So let us try to step by step. Let us say the total number of voters are 100%. But from this, what percent are cast their vote? Only 75% of the voters cast their votes. So from this, 75% of the number of voters who cast their votes. But unfortunately, 2% of these votes are declared as invalid. Friends, if 2% of these are invalid, then what percent of the casted votes are valid? 75% of the votes casted, in which 2% are invalid. If 2% are invalid, then 98% of 75% of the cast votes are valid votes. So now this will represent the valid votes. Now, let's see, a candidate got 9,261 votes, which were 75% of the total valid votes. Now the person A got 75% of the valid votes. 75% of the valid votes. And this votes is given as how much? 9,261. Then we need to find out the total number of votes polled. So we need to find out 100%, right? Okay. 25 threes are, 25 fours are. Now let us say one simple statement. This is 3/4 of 98% of, this is 75% of what, guys? 75% of the votes polled. 75% of the voters, right? This is the total votes. This is how much? 9,261. Now our job is to find out the number of votes. So how do you get this, friend? This can be done by cross multiplying, right? So this is 4 into 100 into 100 into 9,261 by 3 into 98 into 75. So 25 threes are, 25 fours are, 3 into 3, 9. So 9 goes one time, 1029 times, right? So this is how much, guys? 4 into 4, 16. So 16 into 100 into 1029 by 98. Now 16 into 10, how many times it will go? So if you check this calculations, that will be easily divisible by some. So can you see this calculations? Simply 2 goes 50 times, 2 goes 49 times. So guys, 52 is 50, 20 is 1000. So 49 goes 21 times. So this is 800. 800 into 21. So 21 6 are 168. 2 zeros. So 16,800 is the answer, and that is option A. So friends, in this way, you can easily work out the odds and election model. So if you like the classes, you can learn, you can subscribe to our channel, that is Learn QA and LR. You can share among your community about our channel, so that will be helpful for all the people who are preparing for the exams. So keep learning, keep inspiring, friends. Best wishes for your preparation.